Good morning. Good morning, Fancy Food Friday. It has been 2 weeks since we've seen each other. My name is Tracy and I'm with Tracy's Fancy, and we meet here every single Friday morning at 9 o'clock Central Time. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I am a furniture painter and room designer and a health food advocate. I think we have Pam on. Good morning. How are you doing? I see your little face up there, and I see Connie this morning. Good morning. Good morning, you too. Please say hi when you pop on, and if it is your first time, please let me know where you're tuning in from. Pam and Connie are both super regular. And honestly, Pam, I don't remember where you are. I mean, we see each other all the time, and I see your posts, and I can't remember where you are. Good morning, Lori and Elizabeth. Good morning. I know Connie's in Houston, but that's because we grew up together. I'm a little under the weather today. Is anyone else? Oh, Sandy. Good morning, Sandy. You've been out of commission, Pam, for a couple of weeks. What's going on with you? And Jessica, good morning to you. Jessica, we were just talking about you yesterday, being a makeup artist. Tennessee, Kingsport, Tennessee, she's from. Tell me what's been going on with you. Why are you out of, I didn't know that you were you under the weather? I am under the weather. Mine hit me about midnight last night. I don't know what, well, actually, I think I kind of do. You know, it's funny, for anyone that's new that's watching, let me give just a quick recap. I have autoimmune hepatitis, which is an autoimmune disease that affects your liver. That was diagnosed almost a year ago. I can't believe it's been almost a year. It was diagnosed in December. I got sick in October. And I was super, super sick. Oh, neck surgery. That sounds horrible. Supposed to have been simple? No, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That neck surgery sounds so scary to me. Neck and back surgery, and eye surgery. Those always sound so scary to me. Well, I'm sorry, girl. I hope that you are feeling better. Are you kind of laid up? Are you up and at it a little bit? Let us know. Good morning, Nancy. Anyway, where was I going? Where was I going with that? Oh, so anyway, I got really, really sick, and at the time we didn't know what it was, and I just started with like flu-like symptoms and then just went down in my bed and literally stayed there for a long time. So did it go into like firing overdrive or something like that, Pam? Was it the surgery, the anesthesia that it didn't like, or it was just them in there in that area that they didn't like? Good morning, Nancy. And Tammy, good morning, Tammy. Anyway, so the funny thing is every time that I get that was a really scary time for me. It was super scary. And then even when I got the diagnosis, it was super scary. Oh my gosh, you couldn't walk. It's almost like it shut down or went into shock or something. See? Oh, that scares me. I hope you're better. I hope you're better. Here I am talking about being scary because I'm achy. I'm being scared because I'm achy. But I go into this fear mode oh my gosh, y'all, full knee replacement. Sandy, how long was I sick? It happened when I said I'm not feeling well, I think I need to go to bed, I don't remember now. It was maybe the last week in October. And then my diagnosis took place, or no, it was like middle of October, because I did go trick-or-treat. So I was determined to not miss trick-or-treating. I did go out and trick-or-treat and actually had a really good night, but then back down again. And so I was kind of down until around December. I think I was diagnosed around December 14th. And I was just starting to come back out of it, where I could be up for more than, when I was first sick, I couldn't even get up and go to the bathroom or take a shower or whatever. Teresa's watching from the beach. I'm jealous. Yes, I hope you feel better soon too, Pamela. And if I missed what you said because I was answering someone's question, I do want to know how you're doing. And that experience sounds terrifying. Anyway, so last night I started getting sick, and it just like was taking over my body. I was freezing. I had the chills. I started aching. Everything feels swollen, like every joint, every muscle all over my body, my tendons, my hips, my back, my head. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I get super, super scared. Can take a sudden turn in the nerve. I do need to know what you're saying. Pam is saying that any autoimmune sufferers can take a sudden turn in the nervous system when they mess with your spine. Well, I'm not surprised by that, girl, because just overdoing it too much or too hard of a workout or something like that can send you into what they call a flare. And honestly, that's what I thought was happening last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having a flare, but this one's bad. This is really bad. And I ended up, I was up all night. I was in the tub at like 3:30 this morning. I think around 5:30 this morning, I finally was able to settle down for a little bit. And you're in a walker. Oh my gosh, girl. You have the best attitude in the world. You will be throwing that walker out the window in no time, I am sure. I have no doubt, even though I don't understand fully what's going on. But Heidi, good morning. And Trisha, good morning. And Becky, good morning. Yay, you guys. I'm so glad to see all of you on here. And Lonnie, good morning to you too. Pam, I'll check with you when this live is over for sure, but you feel free to share whatever you want, but I'm going to check with you. I'll send you a message. And I'm going to write that down so I don't forget because my brain's not working too well this morning. So anyway, come to find out, you guys, I totally forgot that Zadie had a fever last weekend. It only lasted for about 24, 36 hours. It was last weekend, right after Tommy passed away. It was when we were having the big, not ceremony, but a big get together here at our house. And she had that. I totally forgot. And I was so relieved around 5 o'clock this morning. I was like, oh, that's what this is. It's only been, it hasn't even been a full week. And that's what it is. I think I have what she had. She said she hurt all over. She was emotional. She had a fever. So that's totally what it is. Anyway, I wasn't going to miss coming on here with you guys because we didn't get to do this last Friday. And I wanted to thank every single one of you. Reactivated mono. Did ever know I ever had mono? You never knew you had mono. Well, obviously you must have been exposed to it. But you know what? Isn't it funny though? I think that us ladies and especially moms who are trying to run businesses or work or raise families and do all of it together, you could have something like mono and not know. You would just think, oh, you're just exhausted. Don't you think? That's what I felt like when I got sick first, is that I felt like I had overdone it. I was just exhausted. I needed a hotel room for a few days. And then of course it just got worse. But Nancy, that's crazy. I would love to hear how that came about, how you found that out, what was going on. Emily, good morning, Emily. And good morning, Susie. So anyway, thank you all for your prayers and for Tommy over the last week, or the week before last, and then for our family and for my mom and my sister especially. It was really hard to see my sister. Tommy was not my biological dad, but he's been someone who's been in our life, been in my life for, I don't know, so like 35 years or something like that I've known him. Of course, it's my biological mom's husband. And then my little sister, Bridget, she's my half sister. It was her dad. And it was really, really hard she was the only one. She was his only biological child, even though he'd raised several of the grandkids, a couple of the grandkids that were children of, I had a brother who kind of went wayward and chose a wrong path, and he's not living anymore due to that wrong path. And so anyway, Tommy has raised his children, and so it was really hard on the two granddaughters also. And so anyway, Janie is doing surprisingly well. She's having a lot of anxiety, and she's still hurting all over. Y'all know that she has autoimmune diseases, multiple, and so she's kind of in a little bit of a pretty big flare, I think, just from the emotions and the stress. And yes, they do, Nancy, they do check for Epstein-Barr virus and monospot, all of that. All of mine was negative when I had all my testing done. But yes, you're right. It's one of the very first tests that they ran. Absolutely it is. They also, one of the very first tests they ran was my autoimmune markers, and those were also negative, which is crazy because my autoimmune disease had been going rampant for 10 years, probably is what they're estimating in my body. So it just goes to show the tests are great. They're great guidelines, but you know, they're not always spot on correct. We were not fully aware of what was happening until they finally did a liver biopsy, which gave them the correct answer. And that was like 44 days into getting tests run, like Monday through Friday, every single Monday through Friday. They just kept hitting walls. So anyway, Nancy, that's crazy. So anyway, my mom's doing, I'm saying anyway a lot because my brain is not turning like it normally does. Tracy Tucker Fritz, that is the cutest, that just looks so cute in writing. Hi, Tracy. Tracy with an EY, just like me. So anyway, thank you all for that. And I also think 2 weeks ago, the last time we were on here, I opened my beauty counter box, which I opened my makeup. It wasn't makeup, really. It was a little bit of makeup. It was mostly the skincare regimen, and I love it. I have not missed a day since that day. I've not missed a day. I learned some things about the containers. I didn't understand the packaging or the way the containers work, and it's a really well thought out skincare system. It's a really well thought out packaging system too. I'm pretty impressed with that. So I'm only 2 weeks in. I'm still not preaching it yet. I've ordered some more stuff. It should arrive today that I want to try also before I start talking more about it. I know that Crystal reached out to some of you who had asked about it to answer some questions. I just don't feel like I can answer questions. I obviously haven't had time to do any research on it, but I do like it a lot. As a matter of fact, my daughter has helped me with my online painting course and this past month, and she's doing the one coming up in August. And as a gift to her for helping me, I got her started in it too. I signed up for her year membership and then ordered her the skincare basics too. So all of that should arrive today, and I'm really excited. She's always done the Rodan and Fields, I believe it is. Her mother-in-law does that, and they've always really liked it. But their products are not all natural, and I've told y'all before, I do pretty much, well, Haley does have autoimmune disease. She does have endometriosis, and I think she's got some rosacea working, and she's young, she's 28, and we just felt like it'd be a really good idea to get her on some all-natural products also that were a little bit better to people with autoimmune disease. So Nini's on this morning. You'll all say hi to Nini. We were just talking about you, Nini, and how you're doing. Everyone here has been praying for you and prayed for Tommy through the whole thing. And I've gotten so many messages, people checking on you, Nini, and y'all give her some love. She's on right now, actually. Give her some hearts, please. Let her know that y'all have asked about her. And I told him, Nini, that you were doing surprisingly well, and that you are in the middle of a flare-up with your fibromyalgia and whatever you got going on with your stomach. That's just a big mystery. I don't know. But anyway, I love you. And the family's really been good about just surrounding her with love. So, y'all, thank you for telling her hi. I don't know if she's... Nini, you're up kind of early. This is kind of early for you. Speaking of, do y'all see my cup? Isn't this cute? It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, it's beautiful, but it's gold. I don't know if you can see that, but it's there you go. It's metallic gold. It's from Starbucks. I bought this cup about 1.5 years ago as a gift for my cousin. Was it 1.5 years ago? Let me see. Yes, it was 1.5 years ago. So, Nini, did you see my cup that Kaylee brought me? So I bought it for my my cousin who lost her battle to breast cancer, put up a courageous, most graceful battle, right up there with my own adoptive mom with breast cancer. They are two people who just fought that disease and, did not win for their earthly life, and but put up just the most courageous battle. And you have this, Tracy, you have the same mug. So the very last trip that I got to go see, her name was Melinda. The very last trip that I went to see her, she lives in Kingwood, Texas, and outside of Houston. I stopped at a Starbucks before I got there, and we knew at this point that there was no hope. The doctors had pretty much just broken the news to her, sent her home, and said there's really nothing else we can do for you. And we didn't know it was going to be so fast. It happened really fast, but she went home, and she said, you need to come see me again. So, which I went a lot, but she was like, I need to see you. I need to talk to you. So I was like, okay. So I got her this mug, and because I saw this gold crown, and I bought it for her. And when I got there, I gave it to her, and I told her that we knew that she was on her way to earning her gold crown, her eternal gold crown, her heavenly crown that Jesus was going to put on her head when she got there. And I'm sure it was full of jewels, because she is a wonderful person who just lived her life for everyone else and every animal in America. She's a big animal advocate. That anyway, until she got there and got her forever crown that I wanted her, our big thing was to stay in our pajamas every morning and drink coffee until like lunchtime. That was our thing. Sit on the couch, curl up, drink coffee, and talk. So I said, so this is the cup that I want you to use every day until you can't drink coffee anymore. And so even then she really wasn't able to drink. She just like had the coffee and she would just hold it, but she didn't drink out of it. And then I told her that, oh, Pam, I'm so glad. I didn't want to miss out. And you guys, when this is over, I'm going to make lunches, and I'm going to, for my girls, my daughter and my granddaughter, and then my oldest daughter is going to come by and pick up those girls, and we were all supposed to go to an amusement theme park today. I cannot. So I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go back to bed, but I was looking forward to seeing y'all too. So anyway, the deal was that when she passed away, when she went on to heaven, that I wanted this cup back, because then I wanted to drink out of this cup every single morning until I could see her again, and we both had crowns. So her daughter, Kaylee, I haven't seen in forever, and I didn't want to ask for this cup, and I know that Melinda told Jay, but I assume she did. Jay's her husband, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to say, can I have that mug? hey, can I have that mug? It's probably still in your kitchen. Anyway, so yesterday, Kaylee is in town picking up my niece, Keely, and they're going out to stay at a resort. And she walks in with this pink gift bag with tissue paper, and she's like, my dad wrapped this for you. Jay, Melinda's husband, wrapped it for me, and she said, it's for you. And I said, what is it? And she goes, I'm not going to tell you. And I said, is it something that, she goes, evidently there's a story attached to it. I said, if that's something that's going to make me cry, I'm not opening that in front of all y'all. There were like 8 of us here. I was like, not doing it. Thank you very much. And you can thank your dad for me, but I'm going to set this by, and I'm going to open that by myself. So I did. I opened it after everyone left, and I had a little moment last night, and I had to just like sink down in the kitchen floor and really reflect on that day. I reflected on the day that I stood in line and bought it. I reflected on what I was going to say to her. I reflected on exactly what she looked like when I got there, what she said to me when I gave it to her, and how much I miss her. But I know that she held this mug just like this, and so this makes me very, very happy this morning. And I don't know what I'm going to do to someone if they mistreat this mug or something happens to it. But it's very special to me. Angela, good morning. Present with the Lord is great comfort, though. Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. She's, way better off than any of us. Absolutely. I just miss her. It's a human thing. So anyway, I do have a question. One reason I wanted to get on here, you guys. So I've done really well. I'm on day, let's see. Let me tell you, today is the autoimmune protocol. I have been eating and drinking or living the autoimmune protocol way of life, the autoimmune diet, for 222 days today. 222 days. Can y'all believe that? I mean, I am so close to a year. I passed the halfway mark, and to me that means so close to a year. This is the end of July, and mid-December is when it'll be a year. But anyway, I am super, super happy about that, and I have been completely off of steroids. I'm still on an anti-rejection medication that I will be on for the rest of my life to assist in making my body leave my liver alone. But I am no longer on steroids, and I have gone for, thank you guys, thank you. It's been 5 weeks. 5 weeks? Has it been 5 weeks with no steroids? So I went and had blood drawn last Friday at my 4-week mark to make sure. Yeah, Ginger's my cousin. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was thinking about you the other day and wondering how you were doing and how you were feeling too. I think I saw some vacation pictures of you guys had taken a family vacation. So anyway, what was I saying? I got distracted. Oh, steroids. So yeah, I've been 5 weeks. So I went and had my blood drawn, and it's been a week and they haven't called me. And we're just making sure that if my blood levels are, if my liver enzymes and what else, my IgG markers, if they're still in the normal range, then I don't have to go back and have blood drawn again for like 2 months. And then if those are still normal. So it is my hope that never for the rest of my life I have to go back on steroids. However, I know that's hopeful thinking because I still have a long life to live, and there are probably chances that I'm going to have flare-ups and that that might happen. However, you know, with the good Lord on my side, there's always the possibility that I can be completely healed. But yes, Ginger, please do. Please do. Iceland. I didn't remember that's where it was, but I did look at your pictures. And your boys who are grown up. Did you see that picture that Aunt Nancy posted, I think, of all the kids when they were little? Oh my gosh, Dylan and Tyler were so tiny. And Sophie was like on Brody's hip. I love that picture. So let me tell you a little bit about the steroids, you guys. I know most of you went through this process with me. The whole time that I was on high doses of steroids was not fun. However, I will say that I don't know why, but oddly enough, my steroid adventure was better than most. I know some people who also have the exact same thing that I have, autoimmune hepatitis, which is really rare. And then I know some other people who are on high-dose steroids for other types of autoimmune diseases. And their path with steroids has been miserable. I mean, where they can't even take them, they have to be taken off, their body has to have a break, their faces are huge and swollen. Their bodies are swollen. Their hands and feet swell. Their tongues swell. They get sores. I mean, it's not, I know, Ginger, I felt the same way. I mean, everybody's adorable, but I was like, look at my girl. That Haley, she's so special. She is just special. She just loves life and wants everyone to love life, and just it's not much is going to get her down, that's for sure. Aunt Carlene, Aunt Carlene is Ginger's mom. Hi, Aunt Carlene. And Renee, thank you for sharing, you guys. If they're by LabCorp request, go make a pay. Nancy, I did, and I haven't even gotten this LabCorp, and I haven't even gotten the message from them saying, you know, normally I'll get an email saying your test results have been sent to your doctor. Oh, Ann, thank you, honey. Angela's a good lifelong friend, good lifelong friend. We never get to see each other and we never talk. So I love seeing you on here, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go to your meeting. You are so important, Miss Career Woman. And then Angela is family with my Aunt Carlene and my cousin. It's a small world. Small world, right, you guys? Anyway, I'm going to call the doctor's office today and find out what's going on. So, oh, I just saw Haley's on. And I was just talking about her. Gosh, I keep losing my train of thought. Oh, my steroid adventure. So steroids, what they did for me, they did not cause me to gain weight. They did make my face a little bit puffy, but I mean, come on, not really, not much. And that's completely gone now. What? Jessica is from, do y'all see that? How do you even say that? Namibia? Where is that? I'm so bad at geography. World geography. I'm even bad at the United States. So where is that? Is that like in Africa or something? Jessica, where are you from? Like, help me. Someone who doesn't know world geography, tell me where that is, please. That is so crazy. Thank you for being here this morning. That is so crazy. Anyway, so I didn't have all that. It did mess with my skin. It did mess with my hair. South Africa. I think I was so close. That's awesome. Wow. I have a lot of people from Australia that watch, but South Africa? Carlene, Renee says she loves that name. She passed away July 1. Oh, I'm so sorry, Renee, that your grandma passed away. I'm so sorry. And Carlene is a beauty. I've always loved Carlene. My Aunt Carlene. I still call her Aunt Carlene. Oh, good, Lori. I'm so glad. I mean, I kind of felt like that's where it was from. I think I've seen some movies that's where like the people are from, but I wasn't sure. But how crazy is that? I love this Facebook Live thing. That is just crazy. Social media is crazy, crazy, crazy. So I didn't have all that. What I had that bothered me the most about the steroids was mental and emotional. It made me, speaking of crazy, it made me kind of crazy. I spent a lot of time in my closet by myself. I spent a lot of time crying. I spent a lot of time, I had a couple rage moments. I did, I'm not gonna lie. I had like lose my crap rage moments, like no control. And while it's happening, I'm thinking, what are you doing? You are acting like a crazy person, but you can't stop. I mean, it was not good. So I was very, very excited to come down and come off of those. But what I will say is now that I've been off and it's had plenty of time to kind of start working its way out of my system, coming off of them is worse than being on them. Physically, not emotionally, but physically. So what's happened? I'm not kidding y'all. I know y'all heard me say that my hair was falling out when I first got on them, and then it grew in like crazy, and I got like all this hair, and I started doing my lives with my hair down, and y'all were like, dang, your hair looks great. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting all this hair. I mean, it was like, I had all this volume and all this hair. I guess it was stimulating hair growth. And on my face too, I had lots of hair on my face. I had hair in my nose. Yeah. Yes, Sandy, I have. Yeah. That is so sad that I had 75 pounds to lose. You know, that is really, I mean, I don't know where my brain was letting myself get that way. But anyway, a lot of us do, unfortunately. We just get busy and we live in a crazy world, and we live in a world with a lot of fast food and a lot of decadence. And I love food. I just love food. I had to learn to be a new kind of foodie. I had to learn to be like a super health foodie, which I have a question for y'all. That's why I seriously didn't want to miss today's live, because I want to ask y'all a question. So anyway, I've lost probably about 75% of my hair. The hair that I had, okay, I've always had pretty nice thick hair. It's very fine and it's silky, but I have a lot of it. So I've lost, we're guessing about 75%. No one, Lori, I sure will put my link in. When it's over, I will put my link in to Beauty Counter. I sure will. Haven't wanted to preach it a lot because I'm not super familiar with it. I'm 2 weeks into using it and I like it a lot. Like, this is just, all I have on is my morning routine, which is super simple. And oh my gosh, they said use a pea size of everything, and they're not kidding. If you use any more than a pea size of that facial wash, you're wasting it. You're having to wash it off your hands. I mean, it's very concentrated. The serum and then a moisturizer, and then I just put on like a tinted moisturizer and mascara and some lip balm. So this is it. This is my day. It's a very natural product. Oh, and I put like a little highlighter on that they had. But I've ordered a mask and something else. Oh, I ordered an eye cream. I did not get an eye cream, and that's pretty important for us people that are, you know, over 50. We need to get some eye cream, and it helps with the puffiness and circles and the fine lines. So I'll let you know how that goes. But thank you, Lori, for asking. So anyway, I've lost a lot of my hair, so I've got I've got some big bald spots. I'm not kidding y'all. When I do, I've seen it when I do my lives, which now I can't even wear my hair down because you can see through it. So I had Zadie cut it off. Y'all know Zadie, my 11-year-old, cuts my hair. So I had Zadie cut it off to about right here. It's about that short. And she's like, Mom, this isn't really gonna do any good. It's shorter, but it's not doing, I'm like, it's fine. At least it's not long. It's coming out everywhere. We had to get a special thing for our drain. I mean, it is just falling out. So, yes, Lori, I agree. I agree with that very much. So when I wear it down, like if it were down and hanging back here, you could see through it. You could see like everything behind me through it. And when I turn sideways in my lives, like all in here, when I pull my hair up, you can see scalp. You can see my scalp. So I'm trying to keep a good attitude about it. It is just hair, right? And it will grow back. I've done some research, and evidently you can have hair loss for like up to 8 months is what I'm hearing after coming off of high doses of steroids for a long time. Your body becomes very, very addicted. Everything in your body becomes addicted to that medication. And I think it's a shock to the system when it's gone. And so, you know what, if I have to deal with hair loss, yet I never got the moon face and I didn't have all the weight gain, then I have to deal with it. And I'll just wear one of these bands every day. Or I was thinking about going to get one of those fake ponytails or one of those halo rings, I think, you know, where it puts halo on you. So I'll let y'all know if I do that. Sounds kind of vain, but seriously, I've thought about it. It's like, really? I saw a video and I could see like my whole head. So that was that. Okay, what did I want to ask y'all about? Oh, who has has an Instapot? I do not. I've never bought an Instapot. Someone please tell me if you have an Instapot. And my question to you is, do you have the 6 quart or the 8 quart? There's not a real big difference. There's not, hey Susie, and Lynn, you're on steroids too? I mean, it doesn't matter even if it's a low dose, but are you on high dose, low dose? How long you been on them? How long do you think you'll have to be on them? They told me maybe for the rest of my life, so I am beyond thrilled that I'm not on them right now. Anyway, my Instapot search, it's time. It's time. I am, like I said, 222 days in. I have said from the very first week that I was going to get an Instapot, and I have not. So Sandy says extensions. Yeah, but the hair that's left on my head is so weak, and I mean, it just comes out nonstop. So I don't want to tie anything to it or braid anything to it. Or how did you lose your life? Barbara, what do you mean? I don't think that's what you meant to type, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in forever. Retype what you meant. How did you lose your, did you mean to say weight? I'm not sure what you meant to say. Your phone put in life, though. I didn't lose my life. I'm fighting for my life. So I haven't seen any answers about Instapots. Does anyone have one? I know some of you do. I know you do. Renaissance Gypsy. I do wear hats. I do. I wear a lot of hats. And my little ponytail that comes out of the back's like that big. It looks pretty good when I put it up, though, really, because it doubles it. It's doubled. That tiny little thing, see? It's doubled. Used to, that would be like that big around. And I used to make fun of my daughter because she has really thin hair, Haley. And I used to make fun of her because she could just put the back of her hair up with like 3 bobby pins. I'd be like, how can you do that? But I could do that now too. Chrissy, hi, honey. Good. You're not late. You are totally fine. How are you doing? Good to see you. I had such a good visit with Donna. We're going to be seeing her again soon. I saw that article. Emily, what were you saying? Oh, wait, let's see. I'm not sure what you were saying. Saw that article in the Statesman. What article, Emily? Okay, I have a 6 quart and a 2 quart. Love them both. You have a 2 quart? I didn't even know there was a 2 quart. So what's the purpose, Barb? Can you type that so I can go back and read it? What's the purpose of having a 2 quart at all? Hi, since February. Oh, y'all are like all about Instapots. Emily, you have one? And Haley says, welcome to my life. Haley, you can't see through your hair, and you are, I never made fun of your hair. I always said, what? You can put your hair up with 3 bobby pins? You're precious. You came out of my body, honey. I'm not going to make fun of you. Are you kidding? You are precious, but I love my Instapot. Okay, so 6 or 8 quart. I think someone said 6, they had 6 and 2 quart. Okay, so it's just time. I haven't bought one. I was looking on Amazon last night. I looked at Walmart. So it looks like, about $100 for one or the other. I think the 8 quart goes up to like $129, and I think you could get the 6 quart for a 3 quart for side dishes and even to make small meals. 8 quart for Chrissy. Someone said that they feel like that the Instapot is the same thing as a crock pot and they need lessons. So evidently they're really different. And a crock pot just usually has like high, low, or you dial it and it just cooks a meal. But Instapot, you can do everything in it. I think you can steam in it. I think you can, they do it quickly. See, a crock pot takes all day where an Instapot's faster, which we do have a pressure cooker and it looks like that. Mint weight. Okay, Barbara, you know what? Sometimes you might have typed it correctly and your phone just makes it say whatever it wants to say. Cooking Confessions, Instapot Skeptic Turn. Oh, Emily, that's not the article that I saw, so I need to check that out. Biotin, I can hold my hair up with 2 bobby pins. Lynn says, yeah, I don't know, y'all. I'm not sure about what the natural products are for your hair that might, to me, I just feel like it's going to do what it's going to do no matter what until the steroids until it's through of the shock of not having steroids anymore. So I think it's kind of like a withdrawal thing. And I'm okay because I know that the hair that's falling out, had in its DNA that prednisone. So I'm like totally okay if it leaves me. But, and I do already have new growth. I have, like a little fine all over my head. You can see little fine. So I've got some new growth coming in. My daughter-in-law last week said, you look like you had your head out the window of the car. Because I guess I came out and my hair was blown dry and it was straight, but all this little undergrowth was like, yeah, that's all my new hair. So I did have someone tell me yesterday to do coconut oil on my scalp, to massage coconut oil into my scalp. It was a friend of mine online. We've never met. We'll be meeting in February. But so I did that. She said her boys do it all the time. And so I took straight coconut oil and, put it on my scalp and just massaged it, and then ran it all through all of my hair and tied it up for about 2 hours and washed it out. And I will say, as far as hair falling out, I haven't noticed a difference, but it did. My hair loved it. Like, my hair needed that, because the hair that's left is super, super dry. And so that worked for me. And I'm not sure what biotin is, but I can for sure look that up. And if anyone has any recommendations, I'm open to it. It just needs to be all natural. Sandy's saying that she super believes in biotin. So is that an all natural product? Because I don't want to be putting any weirds, like, I think like someone mentioned nioxin or something like that. And I was like, I don't know. That just sounds like a chemical to me. I wasn't sure. So the reason that I was considering an Instapot, the thing that's going to make me get that in, I think you can steam in it, you can cook in it, you can boil in it, you can saute in it, and it has all these different settings. Literally, this recipe that I read, it said, and then push the yogurt button. I'm like, are you kidding me? An Instapot has a yogurt button? That is crazy to me, a yogurt button. Does someone's Instapot have a yogurt button? So this is why I'm interested in doing it. This is what's pushed me after 8 months to finally get an Instapot. This little jar right here, I've shown y'all before. Coco-Yo, living coconut yogurt. Okay, I love this stuff. Sandy's saying she gets it at Dollar General, and it's a B vitamin. That's nuts. You take it, it's a vitamin that you take orally. It's nothing that you put on your head. Huh. I take vitamin B, actually. B6 or something like that, or B12. I think I take B12. So I do miss dairy, and I will never eat dairy again. I won't. No cheese, no milk, no cottage cheese, and no yogurt. And those are the things I really, really miss the most. So I found this. I buy this at Whole Foods, and it's a living coconut yogurt. So it's like a healthy, real probiotic, not a little probiotic pill. And so I eat this. It's very, very tart, and it's kind of a weird consistency, and I had to get used to it, but now I love it. And I eat it at night usually as a snack in a bowl, just about half of this jar in a bowl with blueberries or cantaloupe or strawberries, whatever I have. And I love that y'all are giving me all this information. And mix it up with a little, like a half a stevia packet, and it takes away the tartness, because I don't like the tartness. I need it to be sweet. So this little sucker, this stupid little jar, it's 8 ounces. It's like almost $10. How crazy is that, y'all? So I get 2 servings out of it, $5 a piece for my nighttime snack. I mean, I know that eating this way can be pricey, but I just think that is ridiculous. So Lynn, isn't kefir, isn't that a milk byproduct? Isn't that, Lynn, can you tell me? I think it is. I thought it was. So anyway, this is what I'm going to try, Lynn. I found this recipe online by the Wellness. I follow someone on Instagram who is doing an autoimmune wellness, where they take over the account for a week. And this girl is full of good information. And she has shared a lot from the website Wellness Mama. And one of the AIP recipes that she shared was this coconut yogurt that she makes in her Instapot. And so I went and I looked at the recipe. Amazingly simple. So simple. And their main complaint was that this coconut yogurt is so expensive. So those of us who do not do dairy and can't do like the Greek yogurts and all that kind of stuff and miss it, we buy this and it's so expensive, and you can make it yourself. And it has like 3 ingredients in it, and it's so simple, and you literally put it in the Instapot and push the yogurt button. So, I read that already, someone scrolled by, I'm going to go back, but I read that castor oil was really good for your scalp. I've heard that. I've heard that people have a lot of good results from that. And so I did the coconut oil, and I was like, well, maybe I need to get some castor oil. this is totally going to show my age, but I took castor oil because my grandmother, my Momo, I was miserable with, was it Brody? Yes. With Brody, when I had Brody, he's my second son, who's now 6'4". He was 10 pounds. He was like 23.5 inches long, super long. And, I was only 19. And, he went from my sternum to my pubic bone so much so that I couldn't even sit in a chair and my body wouldn't bend because he was so long. I mean, I was a small person, and I'm 5'6". I'm not short, but I was a small person, and he just took up all this length and just way too big for my body. And I was miserable, and my skin was bleeding on my stomach. You could barely touch it, and it literally would bleed. My skin was ripping on my stomach, and it was awful. So my grandmother said, honey, you're so miserable. If you take castor oil, it'll induce your labor. That's what they used to do, you know? So my husband at the time went and bought me castor oil, and I swallowed 2 tablespoons of castor oil in our kitchen at our little apartment late at night. That was so gross. At the time, I was young. I never even had an oyster. You know, I never even had an oyster. I never swallowed something big and huge and oily or gelatinous like that. I never had, you know, a raw egg or anything like that. That was so gross, and its castor oil stinks so bad. So I hesitated when I read that article because I was like, I don't know if I can even handle that smell, because he is 34 years old, and I are 34 years old, and I think Susie said for her eczema she had to take it. Yes, it's horrible. And so yes, I thought about that, Susie, because my grandmother said, yeah, well, they did it to induce labor, but when my grandmother was little, they gave it to them for other ailments and as kids. And like if they had a stomach bug or something, they would give it to them to help them like induce having lots of stools, so it would like work through their system faster. And I was like, that is just disgusting. It stunk. And how on earth? There I was determined to have that baby. But how do you get a child to drink that stuff? Oh, I think she said, oh, you can put it in your orange juice. Drink it in your orange juice. I tried that. I was like, I'll never drink orange juice again. So I'm just going to swallow this castor oil. Anyway, yeah, I went into labor that night. I woke up with severe stomach cramps. And I had a baby, a 10-pound baby. So yeah, that worked. Oh, it's already gone past. Someone said something about Arbonne. I've always heard one. I have a very long time friend that does Arbonne. She's not here though. She's in Houston. And they do, all of their stuff is all natural, Arbonne. She does really well in it. She travels all over and wins all kinds of trips and all that kind of stuff. And that company has been really good for her. So anyway, I'm going to make this yogurt. So I'm going to get an Instapot. So I will have to go back and look if y'all, I was just trying to decide if I should get the 6-quart or the 8-quart. That's all. I wasn't sure. And I'm sure I'm going to learn to make a lot of things in it, because it seems to be super popular in the autoimmune protocol world to cook with an Instapot. So, but for sure I'm going to make this yogurt. And then I guess it makes like a big, huge jar of it. And then it lasts for up to a week in your fridge, and it's pennies, like literally. It's made with coconut milk, a little bit of pure maple syrup, and some kind of culture that you put in it. Some kind of, I don't remember what it was. I think that was it. And you put it in and you turn it on. So, Lonnie, I know, I don't know how long we've been on. How long have we been on? Let's see. Let's see. Boop. Anyone want to say? I need a watch. I really do. Oh, we've been on like 45 minutes. Lonnie, have a good day, honey. We'll see you later. So that's that. So I'm super excited. So that means that I'm going to make the commitment to the Instapot. You guys are going to see some Instapot recipes for sure. It's been a little crazy to make good choices with all that was going on, staying at the hospital so much, and then being here, and then lots of people have sent food and bringing food. And Trisha is wanting to know if I will share the recipe, please. Yes, the yogurt recipe, I sure will. Trisha, are you one who has an Instapot already? Yeah, I sure will. And you can also look it up. I'll share it, but if you just Google Wellness Mama Coconut Yogurt Instapot, it's the first article that pops up. If the coconut yogurt you eat now has an active culture, you can use that. Oh, it does. It does have an active culture, actually. It does. what does this say? Raw young coconut water and probiotic cultures. And 100% pure love. That's what it says. Contains coconut only. That's all that's in it. So, anyway, I'm going to see how mine compares. And it'll be a lot cheaper than $10 for that 8-ounce jar. That's just ridiculous. But there's 3 jars of it in my fridge because I like it so much. So, anyway, yeah, Wellness Mama is the website that it comes off of too. Some of the Instapots do not have the yogurt setting. Okay, Linda, you're telling me that. So I need to make sure. Okay, Wellness Mama does give, hi Maddie. Wellness Mama does give the conventional oven recipe. I read that, y'all. I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it looked, when I know I can just buy an Instapot and can make it like that, plus benefit from having an Instapot for so many other things. It said something like, ignite the pilot light in your oven and let it sit. Most ovens with just an ignited pilot light will settle at about 110 degrees. So I'm like, well, first of all, I don't like igniting anything. And I don't know how to ignite my pilot light without turning on, you know, the dial. I don't know how to do that. I don't have a thermometer it said, oh, put a thermometer in there. And then it said to cook something on the stove. I don't remember what it said to cook on the stove, and then bring it to a boil and then let it settle down and use another thermometer while your oven's heating with your stagnant pilot light. And over here, let it cool down until it hits 110 degrees. And I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm making divinity with my mom. I mean, all those years making divinity with my mom, and we had to have the handy thermometer, and then my mom would get like so stressed out. She made the best divinity, but I mean, it was like a production. And honestly, the kids got in the way. She was finally like, I just need to make divinity by myself, because she would be like, no, you gotta move, we gotta act on this fast because it starts to get too tacky and you can't stretch it. And I was like, woo, I like no-bake cookies. Put it in a bowl, slap it on the wax paper, and walk away till it gets hard. So, so Nancy, thank you. I didn't know that. I really don't know about kefir. I really don't. When I first started on this journey, I got kefir, am I saying that right? Kefir, confused with kombucha. I didn't understand the difference. And kombucha, I wasn't sure I could have because it had sugar in it, so I went months without it. But most of the sugar, you know, what do they call it? Ferments out. But I do. Watch the blood. I do drink kombucha now. It's the largest and longest till 2035. There's a blood moon tonight, y'all. Sandy's telling us. And she's saying she's got to run, and then I can't see what it says beyond that. But wow, that's a nice, so I need to do that with my granddaughters. Ooh, girls, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to be like, I get kind of amped up, so I'm pushing right through. That's an awesome piece of information. I'm so going to do that with Sophie and Sadie. Very, very cool. Thanks for letting us know that. I did notice it was a full moon because I've been kind of crotchety the last couple days. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, oh, it's a full moon. I definitely feel the effects of a full moon. Does anyone else? And when I was a nurse, and we always heard about full moon, you know, different, like there was a lot more labor and delivery was really busy during a full moon. And even things that happened in the ICU with the kids. We had more events, more like overdoses and kids coming in, you know, like in alcohol comas and weird things. Oh, I think someone's here. Hi, Kaylin. Hello there. So, so that's that. So I think I've covered just about everything that I wanted to talk about today. So I'll share my Beauty Counter link. I will share the coconut yogurt recipe, and y'all continue to share with me, please, products for my hair if you think that it's something that will help. And in the meantime, I'm just going to sport me a little, you know, Jackie Onassis hairband here. My husband loves this hairband, by the way. Susie, you are, I forget it. Like, I don't know that it's a full moon, and I feel edgy. Like, I feel edgy and my body hurts a little bit. So is your eczema, Susie, does it flare up more during that too? Yeah, all the crazies are in the ER on a full moon. Yes, exactly. We would see, yeah, they come in through the ER, and then we'd get them up in the unit because it was a full moon. It's just the Chrissy, you got on late, I think, right? But I like them. I like them a lot. I'm not preaching them yet because I've only been using them for 2 weeks since the last video that I did with you guys. So it's been 2 weeks. I've used it every day, in the morning and at night. Super simple, basic routine. I'm very overwhelmed when I go to their website though, because they have all these different lines. They have a line for like young. They have a line for, you know, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, but they don't divide it up like that. They just give them all these different names. That's a little confusing to me. Maybe I'll figure out a way to make that simpler. But I did, I bet, Susie, that is so weird. It made me super edgy and I hurt, and then now this fever thing. So, anyway, I do like it a lot, Chrissy. I'll keep y'all posted. And I've ordered some stuff that should land today. A couple of the different products, an eye cream and I think a charcoal mask, I think. So I'll let y'all know. And I ordered a whole skincare regimen set for my daughter, Haley, because I felt like I wanted to get her opinion too. It's a different line for younger. She's in her 20s and I'm in my 50s. So I kind of wanted to get her take on it too, and she's super excited about using all natural because she does have some autoimmune stuff going on too, so it's just healthier for her. And she's used the RNF, the Rodan and Fields, so I feel like she'll be able to compare it to the two. I'd never used Rodan and Fields, and so I was just a soap and water girl and a coconut oil girl. And very little makeup. And Haley too. We neither one wear much makeup, but we do use. It's what makes you special. Did your mom tell you that growing up, Susie? Were you special? Because you had eczema and you got itchy. I was adopted. My mom always told me I was special. It makes you special. We chose you. We got to pick you. We picked you. And you're very special. So I did. I grew up feeling super special because I was hand chosen. That's funny. Anyway, you guys, y'all all have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to rest today and feel better because I'm putting up a wood wall in my workshop for a Home Talk. Do y'all ever watch Home Talk? I'm putting a wall up for Home Talk because Home Talk is coming to my house next Wednesday to film a live video. Usually I film for them, or I have filmed for them, but they are trying something new and they're coming here. And it's about my wood wall, so they want me to have a wood wall, and they are paying for the supplies and for me to do it. So I'm like, heck yeah, I'll put a wood wall up in my shop. So that's what I'm doing over the weekend, or that's what Matt and I will be doing. Oh man, all my joints are killing me, y'all. Oh gosh. Oh, I know what I was gonna tell y'all real quick. What I was gonna tell you is that my steroid journey I felt like a lot better than most. Luckily, I don't know why. I just super blessed by that for sure. Physically, it was better. Emotionally, it was a mess, but physically, it was a better journey than most, I feel like. But now that I'm off of it, I'm realizing how, like, I have all the aches and pains are coming back. Even though I'm so strict on this diet, I still have the aches and pains that had completely left me. And I thought for sure, and I'm just being honest, I thought for sure, oh, my diet, you know, it's like cured me. No, hello, I feel so much better. And I know that, like, physically I look better because, you know, I have all that excess weight off of me, and my skin is better. Hopefully my hair will be better after it goes through the shock. But I mean, let's be honest, I'm achy. And today I'm really achy because of the fever. But yeah, all those little aches in my joints are coming back. But it doesn't matter. I still know that what I'm doing is absolutely for the best. And oh, someone had food poisoning. That is horrible. Who did I just hear about? 2 people, a couple had food poisoning at the same time, and they were fighting over the bathroom in the hotel. I can't remember who it was. And it was like, that's horrible. It was a husband and wife, and they, like, lots of gas and fighting over the bathroom toilet. I cannot imagine. I'm getting the chills. My fever's coming back. Okay. Well, you guys, I love you all, and thank y'all for coming back on today. I missed y'all last week. I really, really did. On Friday, when we were all together, I was like, oh, I didn't do my fancy food Friday, but I just couldn't, y'all. We were up so late. We didn't get home from the hospital. He passed on Thursday night at like 9-something that night. And by the time we loved on everyone and got everybody home where they needed to go and got home, and it was just the middle of the night by the time we went to bed. So, I gave it to my kids. You gave food poisoning to your kids? Are you sure it's not a virus? Thank you, Connie. Thank you so much. Connie, you're just killing it with the painting class, dear. Have you made more progress on your piece? I haven't looked this morning. I haven't gone on there, but I will. Connie's taking my painting course. She took my second course, and she just did the most adorable, whimsical, very Mackenzie's child, Alice in Wonderland looking drop down like a secretary desk that is just precious. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend, and we will see y'all next Friday. And I hopefully will have my I will have made my own batch of coconut yogurt and maybe something else, and in my Instapot, and I'll let y'all know how that goes. So, Connie, I'll be waiting to see your finished piece. Okay, love all you guys. Not sure who's still here, but I appreciate every single one of you. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.